Hello, welcome back to this channel. In today's tutorial, we are looking at how to solve systems of linear equations using the inverse approach. Now, in this question, we have three sets of equations. Now, the first thing to do here is to write the equations in matrix form. So, the coefficient of x is 1, the coefficient of y is also 1, and the coefficient of z is 2. And here the coefficients of x is 3, y is 1, z is negative 6, x is negative 1, y is 2, and then z is 2. So in matrix form, we have 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, negative 6, negative 1, 2, 2. So this is in matrix form. Then we write the variables also in matrix form x, y, z. These are the three variables that we have equal to 170. Great. The next thing here is to identify our equation variable. So here is a x b. So times a times x equals b. So if you want to find x, which represents all the values here, then x is equal to inverse of a times b. That is it. So the first thing to do is to find the determinant of that matrix, which is a. So the determinant of a is found by, first of all, as we know, we can use the first row as our target entries or elements. So don't forget the rule that it is plus minus plus. So here we have plus 1. Then we delete all entries corresponding to the row side and that of the column. So here we delete this and then we delete that, and it will be left with 1 negative 6 and then 2 2. Then the next one is positive 1, but the sign is minus, so minus 1. Then we delete all entries in the column form, in the column row of 1, and then the row column 2 of 1. So we have 3, negative 6, negative 1, 2. Then the next one is plus, so we have plus 2. Then the next one is delete all these, so we left with 3, 1, negative 1, 2. So 3, 1, negative 1, 2. That is great. So 1 into bracket 2 times 1 is 2 minus 2 times negative 6. So negative 6 minus 1 into bracket 3 times 2 minus into bracket negative 1 times negative 6 bracket close plus 2 into bracket 3 times 2 minus 1 times negative 1 bracket closed. So here we are going to have 2 times negative 6, which is 12, but negative times negative gives us positive. So here we are going to have 2 plus 12 plus this one. So we have negative 1 into bracket 3 times 2 is 6. Negative 1 times negative 6 is positive 6. Then you have plus 2, and this one we have 3 times 2, which is 6. Negative 1 times 1 is positive 1. So we have 14. This one is, sorry, I made a mistake here. Here is supposed to be negative. So 6 minus 6 is 0. Negative 1 times 0 is 0. Then 2 times 7 here gives us 7. So 2, 7, 14. And so the determinant is 28. The determinant of A is 28. Now, the next thing is to find the cofactors of the matrix. So let's pick, do not forget the rule, which is plus minus plus, minus plus minus, plus minus plus. And this is the rule that we are going to use to find the cofactors as discussed in our previous lessons. So in this case, if we pick A11, now let's go to the matrix A11. So with A11, we have 1 over here. So we delete all entries to the row of corresponding entries to the row of that one and then corresponding entries to the column of that one. So we left with this one of, so we have 1 6 1 negative 6 2 2, but the rule is plus minus plus. So the first one is A11, so we are going to have plus 2 plus 12. Why? Because 1 times 2 is 2, minus 2 times 6, 2 times negative 6, which gives us positive 12. So A11 is equal to 14. Then the next one is A12. So A122, we have negative 6 minus 6. So and that one gives us 0. Then we go to A13, which is plus into brackets 6 plus 1, which gives us 7. Now let's go to A21. So we are here. So negative into bracket 2 minus 4, and that gives us 2. Then the next one is A22, which is plus 2 plus 2, which gives us 4. Then A23 is equal to minus 2 plus 1, which gives us negative 3. Then we go to A31, which is equal to plus bracket negative 6, negative 2, and that gives us negative 8. Then we have A32, which is negative 6, 6 minus 6. So we will have 12, which is equal to 12. So 6, yeah, so we have negative 6, negative 6, which gives us negative 12, and negative times negative gives us positive. Then we have A33, and that one too gives us plus into brackets 1 minus 3, which is equal to negative 2. Great. So these are our cofactors. So we will have 14. Our A11 is 14, followed by 0, 7, 2, 4, negative 3, negative 8, 12, negative 2. So these are our cofactors. Now let's find our transpose. So as we know already, all these columns entries becomes our row, followed by this in that order. So here with the first one, we have 14, followed by 2, followed by negative 8. Then we are here to, we have 0, 4, 12. And then the last one is 7, negative 3, negative 2. But A inverse is equal to the adjoint of, so the A inverse equals adjoint times the transpose of the cofactors. So we are going to have A inverse, which is equal to 1 on the determinant, which is 28, times the cofactors, times the transpose of the cofactors here. So we have 14, 2, negative 8, 0, 4, 12. We have 7, negative 3, negative 2. Good. So the next one is to substitute A inverse into equation. So we are going to have 14 on 28, 2 on 28, negative 8 on 28. Then you have 0 on 28, 4 on 28, 12 on 28. Sorry, so let me extend this one. Then you have 7 on 28, negative 3 on 28. And then the last one is negative 2 on 28 times the B, which is negative 1, 7, 0. So punching this on the calculator, we are going to have 2, 14 goes itself 1. We are going to have 1 on 2, 1 on 14, and this one to 4 goes here, negative 2. 4 goes 4 7 28, so 7. And then here to 0 on 28 is 0. 4 goes here, 1 goes here, 7. 12, 4 goes here, 3. And then it goes here, 4. So 4 3 12, 4 7, sorry, 4 7 28. Then here 7 goes itself, 1. It goes here, 4 4 7 28. Then here to you have to maintain it because we have a factor that can divide both numerator and denominator. Then here to negative 2 goes itself, negative 1. It goes here 14. So we have negative 1 on 14. So the whole of this times negative 1, 7, 0. So when you take each one, you are going to have you are going to have 1 on 2 times negative 1. So this, you take this one, use it to multiply this, plus 1 on 14 times the next number, which is 7, plus negative 2 on 7 times the last one, which is 0. So when you come down to do the same thing, 0 times, start all over, negative 1 plus 1 on 7, followed by the next number, which is 7, 3 on 7, followed by 0. Then the last one is 1 on 4, negative 1, the same thing, negative 3 on 28 times 7 plus, so negative 1 on 14 times 0. So punching this on the calculator gives us 0, 1, negative 1. So these are the answers for the variable. So therefore, it means that when we compare this to the variable x, y, z, then we have that x is equal to 0, y is equal to 1, and z equals to negative 1. Thank you, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.